Good morning. Welcome to Corner Church. Let me introduce myself. My name is Scott Woller. I'm the lead pastor here at Corner Church, and this is a huge day, and I'm so glad you're here to be a part of it. Right now, I'm on the other side of downtown Minneapolis in the North Loop at Corner Coffee, where we're having our 9:30, 11, and then this evening our 5:30 and 7 o'clock services. And right now, it's unbelievable that we're succeeding and moving forward in our vision to have a Corner Church, Corner Coffee within walking distance of everybody here in downtown Minneapolis. Our first preview service here in the Loring Park neighborhood. Now, I want to thank Matt and Maria for being here, the community pastors of this church, and we get to be one church with multiple locations. And we're working on the logistics of how this works and what a service looks like, and we're always wanting to do it better. But let me tell you, purpose number one, from day one, from one location, one service, to many, many locations, many services, our purpose in a service is to connect with real people. Connect. Our church service, how we do things, what we look like, what we do, we want it to communicate that we connect with real people. It's safe to come with your story and share it and connect. Build real friendships. Connect with real friendships. Not just, hey, foyer talk, friendly, good, we'll see you next week, blah, blah, friendships, but real friendships. Connect with them. And then lastly, to connect with the real God. As we search for truth, I'm fully confident as we search for spiritual reality, we'll be led towards Christ. And we want to connect with Him. And I'm so glad that you're here to be a part of that. And again, as we move forward, we're going to learn and do it better. But this church isn't going to happen because of me. It's not going to happen because of Matt and Maria. We're going to do this as a community because real people need to reach out and connect with other real people. Real people, not Matt and Maria, not myself, but we have to connect and build those real friendships. And then together we can help each other. You don't have to be a pastor. You don't have to be, spiritually mature or to have some kind of title in order to help people connect with the real God. And again, I can't believe we get to do this. And thanks for being a part. Today, I'm continuing on with the series Sacrilegious that I started last week. And let me tell you a little bit where we've come and where we're going. This series isn't about putting down religious traditions. This series isn't about taking on every religious tradition. But rather, this series is about looking at religious traditions that church culture has embraced at some point in the past, or maybe in some other churches in the present, and not just mindlessly taking them on, or not just mindlessly putting them off, not picking and choosing, but rather looking at the purpose to why these traditions, these practices, were really started or have been done. It's really easy in the modern, emergent, cool church to run away from religious tradition in the name of real relationship with Jesus. But in walking away from tradition, it's really easy to lose our focus of who we are, why we are, and how do we know where we're going. And I don't want to lose those things. I want us to be mature in our faith and mature in understanding of what we do. And so last week we started out by talking about creeds. And I don't know if you were like myself. I grew up in a Lutheran church, which was a great experience, connected with great people. But it was a liturgical service that had a part of it which was reading and response, and there was a portion of that, the culmination of the liturgical service is a creed, a reading of a statement of faith. Last week we looked at the Nicene Creed, a creed that was written in the years 325 and revised in the year 381. A creed that was written in this response to a group of people that said, we believe in faith and Jesus and all that stuff, but Jesus was really just a created being of God. He wasn't truly God. And when you think about that, it's like, that's just a subtle change, not that big a deal. They still like Jesus. But they had a response that said, we got to know exactly what we believe and what we don't believe. So from that, they met in a council, and they wrote the Nicene Creed, a direct response so that they would know exactly what they believed. And this is something that we can't lose. Creeds over the centuries have been read continually in services so that people would know exactly what they believed. And we may never be a church that reads creeds on a continual basis, but we got to be a church that knows what we believe and what we don't believe. This week we're continuing on with this series, but before we dive in, I want us to ask a dialogue question. And we take a couple times in our church service where we turn to the people around us, and some music will come up, and we share a dialogue story with each other. It focuses our minds on what we're talking about today, but also it just gives an opportunity to connect with each other in relationship. And today I want you to talk and share your story of what do you have in your house, your home, that truly is worthless. And it may be something that you bought, it may be something that was given to you, maybe it's something that you don't even know where it came from, but it's there and it truly is worthless. I'm not talking about, this isn't like I've got the PlayStation 4 and it doesn't really make me any money or anything, so I guess it's kind of worthless. I'm not talking about that, and I'm not necessarily talking about the fourth beige belt that you have that's a little bit wider than the other and it's got a little bit more beige buckle to it. I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm talking about something that you have that truly is worthless. Maybe it's a duplicate of something, or maybe it's something like, I have a couple things, like, have you ever worked really hard to get a free t-shirt? And then you get home and you go, why did I want a t-shirt that has a duck on it wearing purple polka dotted boxers? Where am I going to wear this? I definitely have a bunch of shirts that I worked hard to win that I will never wear out. I've got a 50-pack of read-writable, burnable DVDs. And I don't have any idea, what am I going to do with all these burnable DVDs? I never burn a DVD. And again, totally worthless to me. And I just want to take just a moment, introduce yourself to the people around you, and just think about different things that you have. Maybe it was a duplicate gift you got. Maybe it was a dumb purchase that you regret doing. Or maybe it's just something that just shown up in your house that you've moved 4 times from the last 4 moves that you've done, and you go, why do we have this thing, this stuff? What do you have in your house that truly is worthless? Just take just a moment, again, introduce yourself, and share your story.